Hi everyone, welcome. Welcome back to the Divine Healing with Love experience. Welcome back to the capital LOVE tribe. Thank you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for showing up for yourself, for loving yourself, for being right here, right now, for being present, for being kind with yourself, patient with yourself. Thank you for being here, healing, loving yourself, taking the time to become enlightened, awakened, loving yourself deeper, becoming more intimate with yourself and your soul. Thank you for choosing to become your best version. Thank you for choosing to live righteously. Thank you for choosing to be an individual in a world where individuality is not really embraced. Society tells you to be like everyone else. So thank you for choosing to find your own sense of personality, your own sense of style, your own sense of way of living. Thank you for, being inspirational, aspirational. Thank you for being a leader, if you identify as a leader. Or it doesn't matter, you're probably, you are probably leading in some sort of form or fashion. So thank you. Thank you for just being empathetic, compassionate, and sharing that empathy, compassion with yourself and with the collective. Thank you for being intentional. Thank you for being purposeful. Thank you for being you. I'm so grateful that you are here. I'm so grateful to connect with you, to be here, to channel information to help you on your journey. It is truly a pleasure and an honor. So thank you so much. My name is Nicole. Today's pick a card. We're going to channel messages that you need to hear right now. These are your flowers, okay? The intention for this reading is to give you what you deserve. Give you your flowers, the inspiration, the encouragement, the things that you need to hear right now, that you're doing well, how people admire you, or just the things that the spiritual realm wants to point out that you're doing well. Again, for you to receive your flowers, for you to receive what you deserve, for you to hear the things. Sometimes as we move forward on our journey, we're just doing things and we don't, receive any type of praise. We don't receive any type of validation. And I'm not here to say that this is what you're seeking, but sometimes it's just good to hear. It's reaffirming. It helps. It helps you to keep going. It helps you to know that you're on the right path. It feels good. So this will be a feel good reading to give you your flowers, give you that inspiration and encouragement to point out the things that you are doing well. Okay, so let's get into it. Pile 1. Here are the flowers for Pile 1. Pile 1's flowers, please. Pile 1. Okay. I praise the goddess and the god. Okay. Pile 2, please. Flowers for Pile 2. Pile 2's flowers, please. I am open to love in various forms. Okay. And Pile 3. Pile 3's flowers, please. Pile 3. Flowers for Pile 3, please. Okay. I advance through my own abilities. Okay. All right. So, Pile 1, I praise the goddess and the god. Pile 2, I am open to love in various forms. And Pile 3, I advance through my own abilities. Okay. Timestamps will be linked below. If you need to pause the video at this time, feel free to do so. If you feel called to choose more than one pile, that is okay. Trust yourself. There are no rules here. Just trust yourself. If you would like to book a personal reading with me or a coaching session or any of my other services, The link is linked in the description box to my website. Feel free to check that out. I love you. Thank you. I'll see you in your reading. Hi, Pal One. Welcome. Welcome back to the Divine Healing with Love experience. Welcome back to the capital LOVE tribe. Thank you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for showing up for yourself. I'm so grateful to have you here. Thank you so much. My name is Nicole. Let's get into this. You chose, I praise the goddess and the god. Okay, so the flowers for you, pile one, okay? You know how to embrace, or you have integrated, or you do embrace your light and your shadow, okay? With this imagery here, this is, the light, the dark, the white, the black, it's representing like that yin yang energy, masculine, feminine energy here. Especially since the card says, I praise the goddess and the god. That's masculine and feminine energy. So you deserve recognition for that. That is not something that is easy to do. It's not easy to embrace both of those sides, integrate that, incorporate that in your life, in your journey. That's something that some people spend lifetimes never being able to really do. They are either too much in the masculine energy, too much in the feminine energy, or too much in the light and not incorporating the shadow, or too much in the shadow and not incorporating the light. But Pile One, you all are balancing that. You have found a way to balance those energies. Now, this does not mean that you haven't had your own pitfalls, you haven't had your own moments, or, things haven't been, difficult for you to do that, but you are balancing it. You are incorporating those sides, all those different sides, because although this card is pointing out like the masculine, feminine, or the light and the dark, we know as multidimensional beings, there's so many different layers, there's so many different sides. But for the purposes of this right now, just to stay on topic here, this is about you really, again, balancing those two energies within, which are, really dominant forces that we have within our frequencies. And this is extremely powerful because this shows emotional maturity. This shows growth, spiritual growth. This shows levels of healing. This shows levels of accountability. This shows levels of just overall maturity and enlightenment, and that you are here on a journey, and you are here to dive deeper. You're diving deeper into your soul. You're diving deeper into the messages that are here for you, the spiritual alignment, the spiritual wisdom, the divine wisdom that is available to you. You're digging deeper into those things. You're not playing at surface level here. So, this is huge. Let's get ready to get some more out. This is really big because, again, we're not going to sit here and compare. That's not what this is about. But just to give some more context to this, like I said, many people don't get there. It takes growth. It takes accountability. It takes responsibility. It takes maturity to be able to be on that pathway of balancing and incorporating those frequencies. Because sometimes people can be, again, in one frequency too much and neglect that other side, All right, pile one. Let's get your flowers. What are some flowers for Pile One to receive, please? Okay? Some flowers that Pile One deserves to receive, please. All right. The Tower, the Empress, the Devil, Three of Cups, Five of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and Queen of Wands. Okay, so let's talk about the signs. All right, we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We also have Capricorn, Taurus. We also have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Okay, Sun, Moon, Rising. Your flowers, pile 1. Okay, and I am getting for some of you, even though we haven't even gotten to pile 3 yet, I'm getting for some of you may feel drawn to pile 3. Because it's almost like I wanted to say pile 3. And again, we haven't even gotten there. I'm just starting here. But anyway, that's a side note, if you feel called to. Many of you deserve flowers for really incorporating that self-love frequency, okay? Finding ways to really love yourself. This is huge. It's huge again, because it's like, now again, we're all on a journey. This is different for everyone, but you are on that pathway of loving yourself. Regardless of where you are on that journey, you have incorporated self-love and self-care on this journey. You don't judge yourself, or you're learning not to judge yourself. Again, everyone's different on this journey. You take this how it resonates for you, okay? And this is also, again, to give you more of that motivation and inspiration and boost to keep going. That, like, if you feel like, you know, maybe some of you, let me just add this in real quick. Maybe some of you have been feeling like you don't really know if you're loving yourself. You're trying to, or you're trying to figure it out, or, you know, you're kind of learning, but it's like, you may be feeling like, well, I don't really know if I am loving myself. I'm here to give you validation. To whatever degree you are on that journey, you are incorporating self-love, okay? And this is huge, because Ace of Cups, that's a self-love card. You know, that's giving yourself the love that maybe you didn't receive in childhood. Maybe you didn't receive from friends. Maybe you didn't receive from romantic partners. Loving yourself, loving your shadow, loving your light, not judging yourself, releasing yourself from judgment and criticism. Because a lot of times that judgment and criticism begins within. And it's not to say we were born that way. We weren't born to judge and criticize ourselves, but a lot of times that energy develops within us from our experiences, okay? So you guys are doing that, and you're doing this in a very, I feel like it's very customized to you. That's why I felt the need to say that some of you may have been feeling like you really don't know if you're loving yourself, and you are. You're learning how to love yourself the way it feels right for you. And the way it feels right for you is not going to be the same as it feels for someone else, or, you know, that other person, but it's for you, pile 1. And you're getting stronger in that. And you're going to continue to get more in tune with what is it that you need to feel loved? What is it you need to feel valued? But you're doing it. And again, this is really big. You deserve flowers for stepping into your confidence, stepping into your personal power, stepping into your own divine power. The Queen of Wands, she is that embodiment of that. And we have the Queen of Wands and the Empress here, regardless of your gender, okay? You can be in a masculine watching this. You identify as a dominant masculine energy, but you're embracing that feminine energy within, as we saw with that first card. You could be a feminine dominant energy here, and you're embracing that masculine energy, okay? You are stepping into your own personal power, or you have stepped into that. You become more confident. You become more self-assured. You become more trusting of your gifts, trusting of your creativity, trusting of your talents. Many of you are leaving behind and have left behind that victim consciousness, that feeling of lack, feeling of not good enough, feeling of, you know, not feeling worthy. It's almost just like a destitute energy. You've been leaving that behind. You deserve recognition for that, because again, that is not easy. And for some of you, this was ancestral. This is an ancestral wound, a mother wound, a feminine wound around on your mother's side of the family, particularly with the feminines within your, or the feminine wound an ancestral feminine wound here around receiving, around feeling valuable, around feeling deserving of love, feeling fulfilled with love. Like, some of you may have had codependent relationships where you were people pleasing, or you were doing things in order to receive love. You felt like you had to work for love. You felt like, you had to show and prove that you deserve to be loved. So many of you are healing that, and you're releasing that. Not only are you healing it, but you're releasing that wound of, like, you don't have to work for love. You don't have to prove that you deserve to be loved, that you are enough. And this is really huge. Many of you deserve flowers for your collaborative nature. You're just, like, what I'm picking up is many of you are collaborative. Many of you are a good friend. You are someone that's dependable or reliable, or you have come more into that energy. Some of you may have been a bit erratic in the past, or scattered, or going through a lot and you really couldn't show up for people, or you had difficulty in your relationships, and now things are shifting for you. Now you're learning how to be a better friend or a better partner, or you're learning how to be a better colleague, or you're learning how to collaborate better, or you're learning how to show up better. Now, maybe this is for, like, your own journey, or again, within your relationships, within family relationships, however that is, you're learning how to be more consistent and how to show up better. And this is really huge because, like I said, for some of you, you may have been a bit scattered, or that, you just really didn't know how to be there for people because, you could have been hanging on by a thread and no one really knew that. And so, you coming into your personal power, you trusting yourself more, feeling more confident, feeling more valuable, because many of you feel more valuable now. You deserve flowers for that because you had to find that within yourself. No one taught you how to feel valuable. No one really made you feel valuable, or no one really supported that within your journey. So many of you had to find that energy on your own, or you had to dig deeper within and remove the programming or the constructs and things like that to go deeper into your sense of value, your sense of worth, and why you are here on this journey. This is, again, very high level, very spiritually aware, spiritually grounded, and allowing yourself to align to that spiritual wisdom within and that the universe provides. This is really big. Okay, let's find out some more. Okay, flowers from the spiritual realm. Okay, I mean, really, all of this is from the spiritual realm, but, let's just get a little bit more specific. Flowers from the spiritual realm here, please, for pile 1. Okay, house, child, gift, coffin. Okay, all right, so your flowers from the spiritual realm. This is pretty big again. The spiritual realm, and you know what? Let me add this in too. Okay. Okay, that just flipped over. Let's get one more. Okay, all of these came out. I really didn't want all of these, but whatever. I'm not controlling this. I keep the waters pure. I embrace the all. I communicate with compassion, and I remain in balance with my emotions. Okay. So again, this is like more of that, like, more recognition for you, pile 1, around that balance. Okay. Not being too much on one end, not being too extreme with the other end, but having that balance. The spiritual realm is highlighting here how you are in balance with your emotions. Okay. You're in balance with, again, that masculine, feminine energy, the light and the dark, but also your emotions. So many of you have grown emotionally. You become more emotionally aware and more emotionally mature. This is really big. The spiritual realm is pointing that out, that, like, you are more emotionally advanced at this point. And some of you could have already been pretty emotionally mature, because I am getting for some of you that, you had childhoods where you had to grow up pretty quickly. You had to become a bit more emotionally aware of situations at a very young age. Whether you had those times. Okay, so I'm getting this. Okay, for some of you, I'm getting that, like, you may have suffered with some emotional immaturity, excuse me. However, you were still emotionally perceptive or emotionally aware as a child. And when you began your healing, you were almost able to fast track pretty quickly, because it was like you were combining things from the past and the present and the future at like the same time. So it's almost like for some of you, you became emotionally mature at a very rapid pace, where it was really shocking, even for the spiritual realm, how quickly you were able to become mature in that way. So many of you, again, you've tapped into a high level of emotional maturity, and the spiritual realm is pointing that out. They're also pointing out the way you communicate. You're communicating with yourself compassionately. You're communicating with others compassionately. You're having empathy for yourself. You're having patience for yourself. You're pouring into yourself. And by you pouring into yourself, you're able to pour into others. Because you see here with this card, she's by herself. There's no one else there. And we see here that she's by herself, but it's like, it's like the light around her heart chakra. She has the flowers coming out, the water in her lap, water in the lap, like she's ready to receive here. She's just receiving what she deserves. She knows that she's worthy. She knows that she's deserving, and she's growing, and she's attracting things with that heart chakra. So the spiritual realm is pointing out that, like, because you have shifted into this energy, you are now able to attract more, and you know your worth, and you know what you deserve, and you're not settling. And they're pointing that out, and you deserve flowers for that, because you're continuing your affirmations, or to reaffirm within yourself, compassionate talks and loving words and loving affirmations. And since you're doing that, you're able to communicate with others in that way, where you can be patient, understanding, empathetic. The spiritual realm is also pointing out, for some of you, I'm not going to lie, like when I put these cards out and I saw like house and gift, like you're going to be gifted with like a new home, or like more stability, or some sort of gift for the work that you've been doing. This was not, again, the intention when I put those cards out, but this is coming out, so I just want to say that like some of you will be gifted with a new home, or some sort of material gift, or something that will allow more stability to your foundation, to your home life, or something like that, okay? And for some of you, it is substantial, okay? And so, again, we don't know when that's going to happen, divine timing, but the spiritual realm is saying, because you've been doing this type of work, this is going to be a part of your flowers. And I see 1010 here. Some of you could be seeing 1010 right now. So this is just like, again, a confirmation. Maybe someone needed to hear that, okay? So many of you, the spiritual realm is also giving you flowers for healing that inner child. With this coffin here, that's representing for me that death and rebirth. Some of you did not receive the love and validation that you deserve to receive in childhood. And you have been doing that healing inner child work, where you have been really getting in tune with your inner child, giving your inner child that love, that nurturance. Because inner child work, in my opinion, on my journey, and everyone may not agree with this, but my personal opinion, inner child healing and ancestral healing, to me, is some of the most difficult healing. I mean, along with past life too. That's really difficult too. But, everyone's not doing past life healing, but inner child healing and ancestral healing is really tough. And it's draining, and it takes a lot of energy. And so pile one, the spiritual realm, is pointing out to you that, like, they're very proud of you for healing your inner child, releasing old cycles, releasing old patterns. And again, this could be ancestral work too for some of you. You know, clearing out ancestral trauma, clearing out generational trauma, clearing out the things that no longer serve you. You're putting an end to that, so the story doesn't keep going. So your innocence is able to come back, your purity, because we see here, I keep the waters pure. And again, it's a lot of imagery here around that balance. And also, I can't help but to notice that in these cards, the hands are out. And whenever the hands are out, that represents receptivity, being receptive and allowing yourself to receive. Many of you, the spiritual realm is also pointing out to you that you are loving your body, loving your physical body, okay? Some of you may have had a journey with that, like maybe since childhood, you know, your physical body, you didn't feel like it was good enough, you know, or maybe you were bullied or criticized for your physical body. And many of you, the spiritual realm is pointing out that you're loving your physical body. You're loving yourself, mind, body, and soul. But for some of you, you've always loved your mind, or you always felt like you were, you know, a pretty decent person or a great person or whatever you thought. But your physical body was challenging. It was difficult for you to love your height or your stature or your weight or your size, whatever that is, your stomach, your legs. But you're really loving it now. And you're really like pouring that love into yourself and that validation. And so spiritual realm is pointing that out. And it's like with this, I keep the waters pure, like you're tapping back into your purity, your divinity, your innocence. Like I said, for some of you, those things were taken in childhood. Okay. Those things were compromised, or, you know, that light that was there in childhood with trauma and unforeseen circumstances, things happen, you know, on your journey, and you're getting back into that. And that energy is shining through, and it's shining through very prominently. With the I embrace the all, you're receiving flowers from the spiritual realm for embracing life as it comes. This is, again, extremely powerful. Many of you are really ascending pretty quickly here on your journey. And this is what's really being pointed out. Like some of you may be questioning, like, because you may be seeing a lack of progress in the physical realm, or because maybe you just don't know. I am getting that for some of you, like this is really helping to validate you. You embrace life as it comes. You don't fall. You don't become a victim. You don't just lay down and just, okay, universe, whatever. You don't ignore it. You take it as it comes. And many of you are learning how to ebb and flow better. You're understanding the cycles. You have this awareness of up and down. Again, the light and the dark, the God, the goddess. You have this understanding now. And so the spiritual realm is proud of you for embracing this, but also integrating this along your journey, that you never know the curveballs. You never know what's going to happen next. But you having this energy of being open to learn, open to receive, open to the wisdom, open to whatever comes next is huge. And this shows a huge level of growth, maturity, and wisdom that you are really tapping into. And, you know, let's just give you a round of applause, but also your spiritual team is extremely proud of you. And this is why you're going to be receiving some sort of gift or a new home or something, again, to align you to more stability. But it's material, it's physical, okay? Now let's get your final messages. What's some more encouragement or inspiration that you can use at this time? Let's find out some encouragement, final messages for pile 1, please. Encouragement, inspiration, pile 1. All right, so volcanoes, power, clarity, mountain, the biome, connection, cleansing, storms, and Rain. Okay. You know, okay. Pile, what is this? Pile one. Um, Many of you are going through a cleansing right now, okay? So you're really being encouraged. The inspiration for you right now is to really work with the water element. This is an elemental deck, but really work with the water element right now and really work with like water and fire. Okay, water and fire right now. If you're into that, like working with the elements or connecting in that way with the elements to help you to heal, to help you to grow, to help you to move forward. Now, if you're not really familiar with that, like you can do things like working with the elements like water, taking a bath, taking a spiritual bath, drinking a lot of water, setting intention over your water, spending time near some water. Um, you know, using water to, again, being very purposeful and intentional with the way you use your water, setting those intentions over your water, or, you know, using the water to cleanse you, okay? Because many of you are going through a cleansing right now. You're cleansing away things that no longer serve you. And so with this clarity here, this is saying like continue to seek the truth, continue to honor the truth, and continue to be inspired by the truth. And the truth, it sounds cliche, but definitely the truth will continue to set you free. The truth will continue to align to freedom, align you to the freedom frequency, and align you to what is real and what is pure and what it really is. And the truth is sometimes something that you may question because for some of you, the truth is going to be stranger than fiction. It's going to feel very much like this isn't real, but it is the truth, you know, depending on whatever the situation is, okay? But I know sometimes on my journey, I've come across the truth and it feels just so out of this world. I'm like, no way, this is the truth. And I'm reminded, like, no, trust yourself. No, you tapped into the truth. Trust it. It sounds outlandish, but it's true. So, you know, yeah, tap into that. Like that song, like it's by Future. He says it's crazy, but it's true. It's so true. Like sometimes the truth could be so crazy, but it's true. Just like that song he made. So, you know, really tap into that and really tap into like the truth will bring you freedom and you want to continue to be free. That is your goal because you would rather be free in the truth than be in some sort of lie and an illusion. Okay. So working with, again, the water element right now, the fire element, the fire meaning continue to step more into your power. Many of you, things that are being cleansed away from you right now are things that no longer serve you. Those are things that maybe you've had since childhood, or you may have had, you know, from programming and things like that. So the more you step into your divine power, your personal power, and you continue to validate yourself, okay? This is about you validating what you know to be true, who you really are. And that, again, that's the truth. And feeling more free and validated in that. Like you're not searching for validation from anyone else. You get the validation from the spiritual realm, from the universe, from God, source, the spirit, Holy Spirit, or spirit, and the Most High. That's where your validation comes from. It doesn't come from people here on the earth. That's not what you're focused on. If it comes from people here on the earth, great. If it doesn't, great. That does not change what you have going on. Tapping more into that energy and rising up like the phoenix. Because when you really tap into that energy, more that phoenix energy, that rebirth, where you are rising up from those ashes and you're in that fire element where you're in your personal power, you're in your divine power, divine confidence, okay? Some of you, your world may be changing right now. Or you may be traveling or something like that, or traveling a lot, or you're planning to travel, or you're planning for a change. And so this is saying go with the flow. You're feeling like the encouragement and the inspiration for you right now is to go with the flow. The water element, it flows. That again, going back to the water element, okay? Water element is really prominent for this pile. So go with the flow. Don't fight against whatever the flow is taking you. It may be taking you to somewhere new. It may be taking you to a new opportunity, a new destination, a new place spiritually. Whatever it is, don't fight it. Because when you fight against, say for example, you're in an ocean and you're fighting against the current, the ocean is just going to take you under. And who wants to be taken under when you could literally just flow and feel free and feel at ease? So allow whatever it is that needs to be cleansed away to go, because growth is happening. You're growing, you're expanding, and you're moving forward. Okay? And some of you may be kind of like inspired to eat spicy foods right now, and that's tapping into that fire element too, feeling that fire, you know what I'm saying, like feeling it in your body. Or like you may be I don't know, like encouraged to be in the heat, you know, like sitting in the sun, or like being somewhere really warm and just like feeling the vibe of the heat, you know what I'm saying. Or some of you again maybe wanting to eat spicy foods and like really in that energy, like that fire and water element is really important for you right now. So if no one told you they love you today, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Love yourself, honor yourself, cherish yourself. Continue to move forward on your path. You're doing an amazing job. Keep up the great work. I really pray that these flowers that you just received helps you to keep going, helps you to stay encouraged, focused, grounded, continue to put you in this place of abundance, wealth, and receiving more of what you deserve, because you know you are deserving and you're valuing yourself in that way. I love you. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, Patu. Welcome. Welcome back to the Divine Healing with Love experience. Welcome back to the capital LOVE tribe. Thank you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for showing up for yourself, for loving yourself, for choosing to become better, choosing to become more enlightened and healing on this journey. You are loved. You are valued. You are appreciated. Thank you so much. Okay, my name is Nicole. Let's get into this. You chose I am open to love in various forms. Okay, so the flowers for you, and we see here she's holding flowers. Okay, so you know there are a lot of flowers here for you. You are doing a great job. You are doing a great job. You are doing a great job. Okay, someone needs to hear that, because someone has been doubting themselves. Someone has just been feeling like they don't know if they're on the right path here. And, you know, you are, okay? I'm hearing that some of you have been extremely hypercritical of yourself, and you're receiving flowers for really turning that story around, for really becoming more loving, patient, and compassionate with yourself. Because I am, again, hearing that some of you have been, again, extremely critical of yourself for most of your life, since childhood. And for some of you, this may be something that you really weren't aware of until you began your healing journey. And this has become, you know, you become more aware of this every single day. And so you're receiving flowers for really becoming aware of that, but not only just becoming aware, but taking this a step further, doing something about it, not just allowing that programming to keep cycling through your mind, for you to keep believing that same story, for you to keep identifying with that, okay? You have began to really learn how to break that down and to give yourself more love and compassion and empathy. Okay, with this, I am open to love in various forms. You deserve flowers for being open to receiving love. Some of you were programmed at a very young age to feel very not worthy and not valuable. And like you didn't feel loved growing up, or you didn't feel like the individuals knew how to love you or connect with you in a way where you felt loved, okay? And so it's being highlighted here that you're receiving flowers for learning how to receive love and learning how to give love, but also being open to how love shows up. Not trying to control love, not trying to control the way you receive love or control the way you give love. This is extremely powerful because some of you in the past, with yourself being, in that wounded energy, would try to control the way people loved you, or you would try to control other people and control the way you loved people, or you would show your love through control or through manipulation or, through games or through mind games and stuff like that. Many of you are breaking that down. This is not to say, everyone is on their journey with that. This is not to say that that part of you doesn't still come up sometime. But you're trying and you're being intentional and deliberately trying to do better and to be better, okay? And recognizing that that wounding started somewhere. It did not just happen overnight. It didn't just occur out of nowhere. It comes from a wounded place. Like you're shining the light on that. Many of you deserve flowers for shining the light on the shadow, shining the light on the darkness, shining the light on your relationship with love, your relationship with how you love yourself, your relationship with how you love others, and your relationship with receiving love. And how that has all had a profound effect on you and your journey and your personal story, but also how you could change that and how you could be better. This is huge. I mean, I know that was just like a mouthful of information, but this is really huge here. And this is really being highlighted because, again, some of you were made to feel at a very young age that you did not deserve love. Or, again, you didn't feel like really no one really loved you or showed their love for you. And many of you, I'm also getting that, before I put these cards down, I'm also getting that like you're learning your love languages, or you're learning how, like what you need to feel loved, or, how to connect with people in a loving way. This is extremely powerful. Okay, flowers for pile 2. Pile 2, please. Flowers for pile 2. What does pile 2 deserve recognition for? Pile 2. Okay. All right, 8 of Wands. 2 of Wands. 5 of Wands. Queen of Swords. Ace of Cups. And 9 of Pentacles. Okay. All right, so let's talk about the signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. A lot of fire energy here. Also, I'm getting, even though we have the other signs here, let me just channel. I'm getting Cancer. I'm getting Libra, Aquarius, and Taurus, okay? And also Virgo. All right, Sun, Moon, Rising. These don't have to be your signs. It could be. Some people want to hear that for validation or confirmation. So you, again, take what resonates. So pile 2, you deserve flowers for, number 1, okay, I feel like many of you are really getting to know yourself. And it's like, with you getting to know yourself, you are loving yourself deeper on that journey of really getting to know yourself. Many of you, regardless if you are a fire sign or not, you are a very fiery, passionate individual. You may not have a fire placement in your sun, moon, or rising, but you just have a very fiery side to you, or a very passionate side to you. And I feel that many of you, you deserve the flowers here for getting to know yourself, but not only getting to know yourself, but loving these things about yourself. Like loving that you are a bold person, a fiery person, a fearless person, or you have that fearless energy within you, whether you act on it all the time or not. That you're a risk taker, that you go for it. you take a leap of faith, you take the risk, that you're competitive, that, you know, like you are really getting to know those type of things about yourself, and you're loving it. And you're not just like loving like the light part of it, because when we have these attributes, there could be a light side and it could be a shadow side. And the shadow is nothing wrong with the shadow. It's just about bringing that shadow to the light and honoring that, acknowledging it, but also not like judging it and criticizing it. You're doing that. Because we see here with the Ace of Cups here, that's always a self-love card for me. And with you really loving those attributes of yourself, you deserve those flowers. Say, for example, that you have like, you know, a-hole tendencies here. Like sometimes you can be an a-hole, or sometimes you could be difficult to be around. Like, you're owning that. And I'm not saying that like you're purposefully trying to be this person that's, you know, has those tendencies or whatever, but you know that side to yourself, that you could be challenging sometimes, or you could be difficult to be around, or you can get in this place where it's like you want things a certain way, or you expect certain things from people, or you know, expect things, you have like high standards or high expectations or something like that, or you have this competitive side to you and you want to win at all costs. Whatever that is, you are getting to know yourself on that deeper level, and you're honoring that about yourself, but you're also not shaming it, not judging it, not criticizing it, but you're also putting this in perspective of you can be this way, but also be in the light of that. That doesn't have to mean that you're a dark person. That doesn't mean that you're necessarily like an evil person. That doesn't mean that, you know, you have these other different sides to you in that way. Now, this is not to say, again, that you haven't done things, or, you know, you haven't been in that shadow side of those attributes. Not saying that at all, but you're owning it. You're showing accountability and ownership of your own qualities, your own traits, and you're also kind of like taking stock of like what you want to keep, what you want to let go of, and like what serves you and what doesn't serve you anymore. Some of you could be like, say, for example, someone watching this reading, you could be someone like that's 45 or 50 years old. And you may be in a place where it's like, okay, you're 50 years old, but when you were 30, you were this way. And you may be in this place of like, well, you're no longer 30 years old. You're 50 years old now. So that behavior, those type of attributes, it doesn't serve you in that way anymore. It doesn't serve you to behave that way. It doesn't serve you to act in that way, because you're no longer in that place. Like, you're letting those parts of you go, but you're letting it evolve to a higher level of where you are now on your journey. And really, age doesn't matter, but I just wanted to use that as an example, okay? Many of you have learned how to develop boundaries. With this Queen of Swords being here, this is saying that you have learned how to develop boundaries. Not only boundaries with other individuals, but boundaries with yourself. Some of you may have a impulsive side, or like you may have been a person that would be pretty impulsive, or, you know, you're a risk taker, because again, the light side to that is taking risk. But the shadow part of that could be too impulsive, right? So you're learning how to have boundaries with yourself and boundaries with other individuals. And this is really, you're getting that recognition for that, because this is really important, because a lot of times when we talk about boundaries, people are usually talking about it in regards to like other individuals. No one really talks about having those boundaries with yourself, because as multidimensional beings, we have so many different layers, facets, and sides to who we really are. So when we really develop boundaries, that's having boundaries with your shadow. That's having boundaries with your light side. Boundaries with yourself is really important. And say, for example, maybe you're not there yet where you have boundaries with yourself, but you have developed boundaries with other individuals. You're doing it. You're figuring out what works, and you're figuring out how to, again, going back to that first card, how to give and receive love in a way that's not controlling, in a way that's not manipulative, in a way that's not, it's more pure, it's more divine, and that's with yourself as well. So this is really big. And again, some of you, it depends on where you are with that. Maybe you're just now getting into that, and that's okay. But it's like you're on this pathway, you're on this journey, and many of you are learning how to fall in love with your own story, how to fall in love with yourself, how to fall in love with your own sense of independence, because some of you have had codependent behavior in the past, or, you've struggled with codependency because of childhood or because of the things you've gone through. So you're learning how to love yourself in this independent energy. Let's get some more. Let's find out what else. Okay, let's get some flowers for you from the spiritual realm. Oh, wow. All these fell out. Okay. All right. Oh, wow. This is a lot. Okay. Concern, high honor, thief, false person, pathway, and journey. Okay. All right. So many of you here, your flowers from the spiritual realm, you're receiving flowers from the spiritual realm for getting on your path. Many of you, there have been opportunities here to get on this pathway, whether this is a pathway of self-love, finding those boundaries, enlightenment, healing, whatever that is for you. Okay, maybe it's all of the above, but you are receiving flowers and recognition for getting on that path of transformation, that path of death and rebirth, that path of becoming a better person. This is huge. Because some of you, I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you. Some of you, I am feeling a stubborn energy, or you were stubborn in the past, or you were very rigid or very stuck in your own ways, feeling like, you're never wrong, not really wanting to take accountability, not really wanting to see your part in the situation. So this is saying the spiritual realm is really giving you that recognition here, where it's like, hey, you're on that path, and regardless of where you are with that, you're on the path, and this could also again be your path of purpose as well, because for me it's all connected. I mean, everyone may have their own viewpoint of that or their own perspective, but this is all connected. And the fact that you're, regardless of where you are on your path, or how much work you do, or how much time you take to go within, you're on the path. So this is huge. And many of you are really getting in alignment, and you're getting in alignment a lot faster than you may realize. Some of you, I am seeing here that it's like, you are really choosing to become more wise, more mature, more spiritually aware, spiritually mature. You're really tapping in, and you're recognizing how wise you really are, or how much wisdom you really have. You're able to see more of your attributes. Some of you, in the past, some of you may have had a past that just wasn't on the up and up. No judgment here, okay? No judgment. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for being here. I'm proud of you for healing. And I'm proud of you for doing this work. And the spiritual realm is proud of you. Say, for example, you had a past where you've done some things that weren't the best. Out of whatever the circumstances were, you did what you had to do, okay? And you're now taking accountability for that. And you're choosing to live more righteously. We see here with this false person and high honor. We see here, we can't make this up. I didn't even realize this. Thief, false person. And now we're moving into concern, high honor. Concern, this is representing again spiritual growth, spiritual maturity, spiritual enlightenment. Hey, maybe the past wasn't the best. Maybe the past wasn't, the warmest, the most savory situation, but you're learning, you're forgiving, you're taking accountability, you're not judging and criticizing yourself. and you're opening yourself up for a new beginning of more nobility, more respectability, more, living righteously, having more pure situations, more divine situations, and trusting that path. And, again, you're receiving recognition for that. That is like, at least you are here. At least you're trying. At least you are turning the chapter. You're trying to find a different story here. You're changing your story. This is big because I'm definitely getting, some of you have really gone through things here. You've been out there. You did what you had to do. And, it wasn't always the best. And maybe you weren't always proud of those things that you had to do to survive, or whatever the situation was that you were in. And this is where, again, it's coming through, where the spiritual realm is giving you that recognition, like, hey, forgive yourself, because you've already been forgiven. If you really tap into this and believe it, because it's true. I'm not just saying that. I'm not just saying that because it sounds cool in the moment. No, I'm saying it because it's true. You've already been forgiven. You've been forgiven for everything that has happened. Past life, this lifetime, whatever the situation is, you've been forgiven. So you have to forgive yourself. But in doing so, with forgiving yourself, that means changing the story. No longer living in that false person energy, that thief energy, or, whatever the situation was from the past. And many of you are doing that. And this is not easy to do, because if you have been, it's just like, for example, if someone has been doing the same thing, like this, being in the same behaviors, being in the same patterns, doing the same thing over and over and over again, and getting those type of rewards for it. Because this is, I'm not trying to go too deep with this, but I just have to say this. Like, when we, psychology and like our body, the way we respond to things, is like, if we're getting that gratification, especially if it's instant gratification from doing things not the righteous way, naturally we're just going to keep feeling attracted to that. It's a seductive energy. Instant gratification is seductive. It just pulls you in. It's so attractive. But sometimes living righteously, you have to wait. You have to be patient. You have to really, it takes time sometimes. And sometimes as humans, especially the way our society is set up, we don't want to wait for things. We don't want to we'll put the time in, but we don't want to wait too long. And many of you with a lot of those fire placements, that's a challenge. Being patient can be a challenge for fire energy. So many of you, again, you're changing the story. And with this high honor here, you are being elevated. I'm telling you right now, spiritually, you are being elevated. Where it's like you're being elevated to more respectability, you receiving more notoriety, nobility. And this is huge, because some of you are a leader and you're leading righteously, or you're changing the story to lead righteously, and you're leading your people that are following you. You're going to be leading them righteously, because some of you are very influential here, okay? Regardless of what the level is with that, you have power, you have levels of influence. So the spiritual realm is like, keep up the great work, because the more you lead people righteously, the more influential you will be, and the more elevated you will be in the material world. Because many of you like to live a great life. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. There's no judgment on that either. In fact, you deserve to live a great life. So continue to move forward with that nobility and living righteously, because you are already being recognized for that. And it's kind of a situation where it's like, the spiritual realm is like, keep going. You're doing an amazing job. Keep going. Now let's get some final messages out. Let's find out what some encouragement for you right now. Encouragement and inspiration, okay? Let me get a couple of these cards too. Pile 2. And I just saw 2222. So some of you could be seeing 222 or 2222 or 22 right now. That could be a confirmation for someone. Inspiration and motivation or encouragement for pile 2. Pile 2, please. Or 444. That could be important too. Wow. All right. So outer core, voice, marine life, cave. Okay, something powerful here happening. Hold on, let me tap in. Magnetism, and then we also have I speak with good intent, and I follow my inner guidance. Okay. You guys are attracting something. There's something here like that's really big. It's coming in, or something that you're attracting that's really big. So it's going to be really important. Like, this is all up to you. Someone needs to hear this, okay? This is all up to you. Like, some of you already know what I'm talking about. Like, you're trying to get something really huge, or something like with your career, because Saturn is here. I don't know if you can see this. It's like the rings of Saturn. So this is like career or public image, or like this could also, I'm definitely just getting something with your career. This could be new opportunities. Could also be family, but I'm really getting career. But again, you take what resonates. You're attracting something really big within your career. And it's like, keep the faith, keep the vision, hold on to it. Okay. And someone needs to hear this too. Someone needs to hear this as well. Like, dive deeper into your intentions around this opportunity or whatever it is that you're attracting. Like, don't let your desires control you. Don't let public opinion or gratification or validation control you. Tap into the purity of your intentions and your desires. Because this goes back to childhood. This could be a childhood dream here, or some type of inner child accolade, or some type of inner child goal that you've had, okay? And you are aligning to this frequency. You're aligning to this opportunity, whatever it is you're attracting. That's something, and that again goes back to childhood. So you're being asked to really tap into the purity of those intentions and those desires, and do not let your desires control you, because when your desires are controlling you, that's putting you in that frequency of anxiety, fear, and suffering. And you don't want to be in that place. Don't let your desires control you or the situation. So tap deeper into the purity of your intentions, okay? But yeah, it's coming in, whatever that is. 37 here, that reduces to 10, or that adds up to 10. So it's going to be like a culminating event. But let's get back to this. Encouragement right now for you, or inspiration. You're really being asked to work with the water element right now. And with this water element, I'm getting for you, pile 2, this is about you really tapping into your own sense of abundance, but receiving abundance. Like, as we were talking about before, some of you have had issues in the past with controlling the way you receive, or controlling the way you receive love, or controlling how you give love, or how you receive and stuff like that. So with this energy here with the water element, drink a lot of water right now. Like, some of you may be like, oh, I am drinking a lot of water. Well, amp it up some more, okay? I'm just being very honest here. You may already be drinking like 64 ounces. You need to amp it up to like 72 or something like that, because, and I'm being very serious right now, whatever this is about you receiving some sort of abundance. And the water element, if you set that intention over your water, like for your water to cleanse you, to heal you, to help you to receive, this is going to allow you to receive more, okay? Because with this marine life and richness, this is talking about abundance. You know, with the ocean is so abundant, and we have no idea, you know, so much going on down there that we just don't even know what's really happening, but it's extremely rich, wealthy, and abundant here. And so this is saying some of you could really feel connected with the marine life. Like, you feel connected with marine animals, or the the water kingdom, things like that. So this is really saying for you to allow yourself to receive abundance without controlling it and without letting your desires control you. You put your, like many of you, you know what it is you desire. You put that order in, you've told the universe, you prayed about it, you've written it down, stuff like that, but you are waiting. And so the water element is going to help you to receive. It's going to help you to receive what you deserve and help you receive this in a very abundant way. Drink a lot of water right now. And if you can spend time near some water or go to the water or something like that, that would be great too. But really drink a lot of water right now. You're also being asked to work with the air element. With the air element, you're being asked to trust your voice and use your voice to speak. Some of you are going to be guided to speak some truth or speak about something using your throat chakra. Your throat chakra is going to be asked to open up about something, open up about your truth. Now, again, this is going to be different for everyone. This could be, with your spiritual team. This could be with your friends, family, a partner here, a loved one. It's going to be different for everyone. But working with that air element, using your throat chakra to speak truth. And we see here again, not only speaking with truth, but speaking with good intent, meaning that your intentions are pure. So again, some of you are really being asked to reevaluate your intentions with things. And this is not to say that you have negative or nefarious intentions. It's not to say that, but your intentions could be grounded in motivations of self-serving type behavior. And again, this is not saying like you're on a journey, like changing those things, they don't happen overnight. It takes time, especially if you've been doing something the same way for how long, like it takes time. It takes time to change behavior, to be more intentional, things like that. So you're really being asked to speak with purity, speak with truth, speak with love, speak with good intentions, and to really open that throat chakra up and be vulnerable with that. Like, say, for example, you are guided to express something to a loved one, and you may feel a little like trepidation, like, oh, I don't know, are they going to think this? Are they going to think that? Like, be very vulnerable and trust yourself in that moment and trust that it's a safe space. And trust that, if you've been guided to do something, then like it's a safe space, or you're going to provide your own sense of safety in that moment and open yourself up to receive the love from that other person, okay? Whatever the situation is. With this follow my inner guidance, you're being asked to really follow your intuition and trust it. Many of you, your third eye chakra is already activated, but it's being elevated. The more you are living righteously, the stronger your third eye is getting, okay? It's becoming more stronger to help you continue to move forward on your journey. And it's also going to help you attract these opportunities that you're trying to attract. So you're really being asked to follow your intuition, follow your gut, really be in tune with that and trust that energy. For some of you, you are birthing something, or your treasure is protected, or your wealth is protected, or your abundance is protected, or again, it's in process. It's in gestation, where this is birthing at this moment, but you're very protected. Or this could be also a rebirth, okay? You could be gestating to rebirth into something bigger and newer and, more elevated, okay? Whatever it is for you, and it could be both. Whatever it is for you, you have a lot of protection right now. And you're being asked to not only walk in your protection, trust your protection, but also have gratitude for your protection, have that appreciation for your protection. Some of you don't know how really protected you really are and what, you're really being protected from. So, speak with love, speak with gratitude, speak with good intentions, but also honor your protection and honor the fact that, like, while you are transforming and transitioning into whoever, whatever you're becoming, higher level frequencies here, that you are protected in that process and your energy is protected. And again, this is again to confirm for you that you are elevating, you are transforming, you are growing. We see here with this card that it's a lot of butterflies here. Many of you are having this, you're in this death and rebirth energy like every day. Maybe more than once a day here. We can't get caught up on the time. I'm just using that for context, but we really can't get caught up in that. So you're having your transformations. You're moving forward. You're doing a great job. So if no one told you they love you today, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. I pray that these messages were healing and helpful for you on your journey, to give you that inspiration, to give you that encouragement, to give you whatever, that validation and confirmation that you need to keep going. You're doing an amazing job. Keep up the great work. Trust yourself. Trust this journey. Fall in love with your journey. No one has a journey like yours. You are attracting the things that you deserve, the abundance that you deserve. Keep going. I love you. I'll see you next time. Hi, Pal 3. Welcome. Welcome back to the Divine Healing with Love experience. Welcome back to the capital LOVE tribe. Thank you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for showing up for yourself, for loving yourself, for being right here, right now, being mindful and grounded, and choosing to be here to heal and to learn more about yourself. My name is Nicole. Thank you so much. You chose. I advanced through my own abilities. Okay. So, flowers for you. Okay. You are choosing to not only tap into your own spiritual or psychic abilities or creativity or talents and gifts, but you're also choosing to advance. Okay. Choosing to stretch, learn, and grow, but learn more about your abilities. Whether, again, these are spiritual abilities, psychic abilities, intuitive abilities, creativity, artistic abilities, talents, whatever it is, okay? You're choosing to advance, really become almost like a master or an expert, or getting yourself on that pathway of mastery, of going deeper within your own gifts and abilities to, excuse me, to serve others, or to create, or to produce, or to, again, do things that will have an impact on the world, on humanity, on the collective. And not just on a surface level, but on a deeper level. Like, this is really big, because Pal 3, you deserve recognition for this, because you are choosing to tap more into your purpose, to the reason why you chose to be here this lifetime, to incarnate your mission. You're diving deeper into your mission, and you're diving deeper into the tools that will help you fulfill your mission, fulfill your purpose, whether that is, taking classes, whether that is learning new things, learning, different languages, or, learning about different, just whatever, different things that are, aligning you to your mission. Okay. Learning more about yourself, healing, learning more about your spiritual gifts, learning about your family or your ancestors, whatever it is, you're intentionally choosing to tap into that energy so you could be better, do better. And for some of you, you want mastery. You want to be the expert. You want to be a leader, or you are a leader. You want to be that master teacher, or you are a master teacher. Whatever it is for you, you're doing it. And this takes a lot of courage. This takes a lot of coming out of that comfort zone, fearlessness, taking that risk, becoming more confident, becoming more self-aware, more knowledgeable. Maybe you've been receiving opportunities where you're really being forced to come out of that comfort zone. And it's because of you putting that energy out there. You know, you putting that energy out there to the universe, like you're open. You're open to learning. You're open for growth. You're open for expansion. You're open for new things. What's next? You know, and you're confident in that way. This is extremely powerful. Great job. Great job. Let's find out some more. Wow. And many of you are really, really going to be blessed. If you're not already blessed, really you are already blessed. But what I mean is like you're going to receive more blessings the more you choose to go deeper in your skills, your skill sets, your toolkit here, deeper with your sense of expansion here, expansion and awareness. You're just going to be favored and blessed even more and even more abundant. Okay. Pile 3. Flowers for pile 3, please. Flowers for pile 3. Okay. Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, 10 of Swords, 5 of Cups, the Hangman, Page of Cups, and Queen of Wands. Okay, let's talk about the signs. Okay, so we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We also have Pisces. We also have, I'm getting Virgo. I'm also getting Scorpio. I'm also getting Cancer. And I'm also getting Gemini, okay? Sun, Moon, Rising. But again, this does not have to be any of your signs. But, you know, if it does apply, that's fine. But anyway, so your flowers pile 3. Many of you have, many of you have chosen to become passionate about life. Like you're passionate about life, you're passionate about learning, you're passionate about growing, you're passionate about expanding. And again, you are just really becoming aligned with that energy of curiosity and passion in the most beautiful way. And this is extremely important because oftentimes in life, sometimes, and many of you, I am seeing that you've gone through a lot. You know, with this 10 of Swords here, this is saying that like you get flowers for going through a lot of what you've gone through, whether you've gone through betrayal, people backstabbing you, people lying to you, people stealing from you, greedy individuals, competitive situations, being counted out, being left out, being rejected, stories and rumors about you, false narratives, all types of things. You have still dedicated yourself to learning, growing, and expanding. And many of you have done this in a way where it's like you trust. Even if, you're not telling people that you trust or you have faith, you have this within you where it's like, that you're going to get to where you need to be, whatever that is. It's a journey. But this, like, this internally, like, if you've had moments where you didn't have money or, some of you could have been homeless. Some of you could have lost jobs. Some of you could have lost a partner, like you lost everything. Stuff like that. Like many of you have gone through tragic and terrible situations where you have really been through a lot. And it's like, you're so dedicated to, again, growth and expansion and having a passion for life. Many of you have a passion for life because you have gone through a lot. And you know how it feels to be knocked down. You know how it feels to lose everything. You know how it feels to go through hell and come back and still be standing. Like, you know what that's like. So it's like, you deserve flowers for that because no one can take your spirit. No one can knock you down. No one can get you to believe that you won't get to wherever it is you're trying to get to, whether this is like, wealth, whether this is like generational wealth, or whether this is like you becoming your best version, you becoming whatever these goals are that you have. No one's going to take that from you, and you're going to get there. And you're so, again, passionate about that, but you're so focused, and you're also on this pathway of like slow and steady wins the race. Would you like for things to come to you fast sometime? Absolutely. You're a human. You know, as humans, we love instant gratification. We love when things can come to us very quickly, but we also know that that's not always the case. And many of you have really grown in that knowing, but you're patient and you're not giving up and you haven't lost faith. Now, this is not to say you haven't been weary. This is not to say you haven't felt shaken to your core, or felt like you don't know what you're going to do next, or felt downtrodden or anything like that. You've gone through it, but you get back up. No one can break your spirit. No one can break your faith. No one can break you down. Like, you are in tune to something higher and deeper, and you always get back up. And when you get back up, you are stronger than ever. You deserve flowers for your level of confidence, your level of fearlessness. Many of you are confident, like you've always been confident, but I think sometimes you don't realize how confident you really are, how much of a risk taker you really are, how much of a person, like, say for example, that you've gone through things in life where you've lost it all. You know, whatever the circumstance was, you lost everything. You've been able to rebuild when other people would have probably just given up. That takes confidence. That takes bravery. That takes guts. It's not easy to rebuild, especially when the ego is telling you, like, you know, you'll never have that again, or you had it all and then you lost it. You know, the ego tells you all sorts of things, right? So many of you, it takes a lot of confidence to do that. And I feel many of you do this in such a way where it's like you don't even think about it. You just kind of get in this mode of like something has to happen. You got to move. You got to shake. You got to make it happen. And you get it done. And you don't recognize really how confident you really are. And you're being recognized for that. And you're being recognized for your eternal curiosity and your like eternal youthful spirit. Many of you are very in tune with your inner child. You know, some of you may even feel like you have that Peter Pan energy, like you don't want to grow up, or like you're never going to grow up, or you're always going to have that 3-year-old with you, or that 8-year-old, or, you know, your 13-year-old self is always going to be with you. Like, you carry that with you. And the way you go about things, it shines. That energy shines. That purity shines. That innocence, it shines. And many of you, it's like, again, like you let go to the journey, you surrender and you let go. And I'm not saying that you always let go. Like, you probably have had moments where it's like, it took you a while to surrender, or it took you a while to get out of your own way, or, you know, the ego was, you know, telling you you need to do it like this and you need to do it like that. But you found a way to let go and surrender. And you keep that optimism, you keep that joy, you keep that persevering spirit to keep moving forward and not giving up. Like, you continue to conquer obstacles, you go against the odds and you win. And it's like, you know, you're going to win. It may not be immediately, but you know you're going to win. Let's get some more. This is really powerful. Great job. Wow. Okay. Let's get some. What are your flowers from the spiritual realm? Okay. Pile 3. What are your flowers from the spiritual realm? Pile 3. Okay, let's get this out too. Pile 3. Flowers from the spiritual realm for pile 3. Okay. Imprisonment. Wealthy man. Bad health. Courtship. Okay. And I hold purity and high esteem. And I speak with sincerity. Okay. All right, let's talk about it. Your flowers from the spiritual realm. This is really powerful. Some of you, many of you, you've gone through a lot. We were just talking about that with the other cards here, but it's even more clear. And the spiritual realm is acknowledging that. They're acknowledging some of you could have dealt with imprisonment. You served time in prison, or you could have been in spiritual prison. That's a thing, okay? Dealing with a lot of like karmic debt, karmic lessons, stuff like that. Or maybe you dealt with both. Some of you have had bad health, or your mental health may have been unhealthy. You were unhealthy mentally, or your physical body dealt with unhealthy situations, or spiritually you dealt with unhealthy situations, or emotionally your emotional health wasn't healthy either. You've gone through things. And again, the spiritual realm is giving you your flowers for perseverance, for persevering through the obstacles, through the challenges, through adversity, choosing not to give up, choosing not to settle, choosing not to just take whatever is handed to you, choosing to take these moments of, moments of adversity as a time to learn, to grow, and to elevate. Now, this is not to say that in that moment that you were thinking that, hey, this challenging situation is going to elevate me. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't, but you still didn't give up, and you still chose to dig deeper within, because this is about, the spiritual realm is pointing out that you dug deeper within, because many of you had to deal with these things by yourself. Maybe you did have support from, other individuals, but ultimately this was all you. This was about your own personal journey, your own personal story, how POW 3 was going to personally, by themselves, overcome this. And you have been able to overcome. And not only have you been able to overcome, you continue to elevate through each cycle, through each passageway, through each lesson. You elevate, you become stronger, wiser. And the spiritual realm is saying, like, you are built tough. Like, you have no idea. I feel like many of you don't realize how strong you are. And the spiritual realm, again, is really honoring you and recognizing that within you, but also saying that they want you to recognize that within yourself and recognize how fearless you really are, how brave you really are, how confident you really are, and not to use that as a way of like to, get in the ego about it. Not to say that that is what you're going to do, but, I'm not saying that, but, just use that as a way to be proud of yourself and to really be proud of yourself for how far you've come and what you continue to accomplish and what you continue to use these moments again of adversity as you've elevated. You elevate every single time. And some of you have miraculous type stories where it's no doubt miracles did occur, but the miracles occurred because you believed, because you dug deeper within yourself, because you have faith, and that's the part that the spiritual realm is really pointing out, that is like, POW 3 has faith. POW 3 is connected to something deeper than meets the eye, that most people can't see. And even if POW 3 didn't realize it in that moment, as POW 3 cycles through their journey, they realize it more and more and more how faithful that they really are, and how connected they really are, and how favored and blessed they really are. And so the spiritual realm is really pointing that out, and pointing out like you receiving flowers for believing in that, because it happened because you believed in it. Even if you believed in it a little bit, it's still, you have some sense of belief, some sense of faith that, say, for example, you dealt with homelessness. You knew that you would get a home. You may have been sleeping in your car or sleeping in a shelter or sleeping on the street, but you believed that that home was coming for you and you would get a home. You had faith. and you dug deep within, regardless of what was happening in the physical circumstances and in the world, you believed. This is huge. And many of you, the spiritual realm is pointing out that you're destined for wealth. You may already be wealthy, you may already be abundant, but the spiritual realm is saying that there's more where that came from. You will be blessed with more wealth, more abundance, more favor, more miracles, more blessings. You stay on this path and keep going. But you already know that because you don't give up. Even when you wanted to give up, something inside of you was like, no, you can't give up. And you just keep going. And again, I feel for many of you, this was a very independent situation. You may have had, again, a little bit of encouragement from other people around you, but I feel for many of you, this was you. Like, you had to independently tap in by yourself with the spiritual realm, with source, with God, with spirit, the Most High, the universe, whatever you resonate with here. And you had to get connected, okay? The spiritual realm is also pointing out to you recognition for your relationships, how you connect with people, how you love people, how you interact with people. Some of you could be on a public platform here, but you don't have to be. And the spiritual realm is recognizing the type of love that you give to others, or the type of care and compassion or empathy that you share with others, or the type of energy that you exchange with others. Like, regardless if this is romantic, friendship, family, it doesn't matter. Like, your energy exchange with other human beings is beautiful. You have that care. You're helping people. You see someone on the street that needs help. You help them. You stop. Are you okay? Do you need help? You have that level of care. Like, you actually give a damn. That's basically what the spiritual realm is saying. In a world where a lot of people don't care. A lot of people are very self-involved. They don't have that focus. They don't really care. They don't care to even care. You have care wherever you are with that. And many of you, it's like, you may be like, well, I'm not the most compassionate person, but you're building. You continue to elevate in that area and continue to have that compassion, because the more you're giving it to yourself, that love, care, empathy, nurturance, and compassion to yourself, the more you're able to give it to other individuals. So the spiritual realm is highlighting wherever you are with that, it's beautiful. And how you interact with people, how, again, you care for people. Some of you could be a light worker here, a caregiver. You take care of people, or, again, whatever it is, it's just the spiritual realm is really highlighting that, how beautiful that is. The spiritual realm is also highlighting how you hold purity in high esteem, meaning that you value righteousness, you value nobility, you value generosity, you value purity, you value people acting in accordance with that energy because you do it. You live righteously. Now, are you a perfect person? No. But you try your best to live righteously, to live a respectable life, to live a life having morals. And maybe that's something that you didn't really do in the past, but you're more intentional about that now. Where it's like you're intentional about being better and doing better, doing the right thing even when no one is looking. That's what they say. Like, when you do the right thing and no one is looking, like, that's how you know. Because you already know, you're tapped in. You already know if a human doesn't see it, the spiritual realm sees it. Whatever you resonate with, they see it. So like, living that respectable, righteous lifestyle, it pays off. It pays off to do the right thing, even if it doesn't seem like it. It really does. That's the energy that you put out into the universe, into the atmosphere, and you receive that energy back. So you get it in that way. And the spiritual realm is congratulating you for that and proud of you for that, and acknowledging also that that keeps you in alignment, and it keeps you aligned with that higher frequency, that purity, that unconditional love frequency. It really keeps you in alignment with that. The spiritual realm is also pointing out how you speak with sincerity. Again, you speak with love, you speak with care, you speak with compassion. Now, some of you, I'm getting that you could be a bit harsh sometimes with your words, or you could be a bit straightforward or blunt, but you still speak from a place of pure intentions, positive intentions, intentions of you want to help others, or you are saying it in this way to be helpful, to, be authentic, be vulnerable, to, again, having those intentions of this may be coming across a bit harsh or blunt or in the frame of tough love, but this is coming from a place of love. This is coming from a place of purity, honesty, authenticity. And the spiritual realm is, again, congratulating you for that. Spiritual realm wants for you to know that it's not about some of you are saying things that need to be said that no one wants to say. I have to be very honest here. Some of you are saying things that need to be said that no one wants to say. People are afraid to say. People are intimidated, or they feel, because they feel like they could be canceled, or they feel like, people are going to judge them or criticize them, or whatever the situation is. And you are literally doing the work of the divine by saying things that no one wants to say, that's uncomfortable, or, it's not pleasing to the masses, or it doesn't make everyone feel warm and fuzzy. Because I am beginning, for some of you, you can be, again, very straightforward. Nothing wrong with that. We need that energy here. Everyone can't be warm and fuzzy all the time. You know what I'm saying? And this is not to say that your words are not warm and fuzzy, but your cadence, your candidness, your ability to be truthful, authentic, and straightforward is appreciated. And someone needs to hear that, because the spiritual realm is saying, we love you, we see you, we appreciate you. Thank you for saying what needs to be said that nobody wants to say. Thank you for not being in this popularity contest, because that is clearly what's coming across. You're not here for popularity. You're not here to be liked. You're not here for validation. And that's the point. Wow, this is huge. I have chills right now. Someone needs to hear that, because they want for you to know that your tongue, many of you have a very powerful throat chakra here, where it's you speak life into people. You have that ability. Regardless of the way you do it, you have the ability to touch people with your words, to directly connect with a person's soul through your words. You have that level of influence, or that power, that ability with your throat chakra. So regardless of your delivery, you speak with that purity, that sincerity, that authenticity, that energy that's needed. Whether it's shaking a person to their core or making a person feel warm and fuzzy, is needed. And the spiritual realm is saying, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, this is great, pile 3. Now let's get your final messages. Let's get some encouragement for you. Encouragement and inspiration, and, whatever it is you need to keep moving forward on your journey here, okay? Pile 3. Encouragement, final messages, inspiration for pile 3. Okay. Excuse me. All right. Desert, oceans, magic, electricity, bushfires. Okay. Pile 3. So right now, and I just saw 333. So some of you could be seeing that synchronicity right now, 333 or 33. And we have a lot of threes here. This is pile 3, 3 here. There's another, it's 13, but that's 4. Another 3 here, another 3. So 3 is prominent for you right now. So something is manifesting for you. There's some sort of manifestation happening. And we have alchemy here. Something is alchemizing. Something is transforming. So the spiritual realm, encouragement for you right now really work with the earth element right now to really get grounded, okay? Because many of you are grounding something new here. And with me seeing pretty much every element out here right now, this is saying really work with all the elements. Work with fire, air, water, earth. Really ground, okay? This is a time for grounding right now. Something is grounding within you. There's new energies grounding within you that's aligning you to a higher frequency. And this higher frequency that is unlocking within you, it has to ground. It's already like in the ethers, right? You know, those other versions of you in the higher dimensions already has that energy. So you're being asked to ground it, to really be present, really be mindful, using grounding meditations, walking outside, putting your feet in the grass, putting your feet in water, putting your feet in sand, putting your hands in the grass, hands in water, hands in the sand. There's something ending and something beginning for you right now, Pile 3. You're going through an ending and a beginning at the same time. A lot of times, whenever we have a death, then there's a rebirth, okay? But it's almost like it's happening simultaneously for you at this point. And this is why your spiritual team is saying, ground. Really get grounded. Taking your spiritual baths. Drinking a lot of water right now, okay? Spending time in nature, allowing whatever it is that's ending in your life. This is going to be different for everyone, but let it burn away, you know? And I'm hearing if you have ancestor money, burn some ancestor money, but that's not for everyone. But something needs to burn away, whether this is a behavior, a thought pattern, some type of belief, friendship, relationship. Something needs to burn away, an old version of you. This is like a wounded version of you. You see here with this fire, it's like, I don't know, when I looked at the picture, now that I look at it close up, it's not the same. But when I looked at the picture, I was getting like wounded, you know, like that's the energy I was getting. So a wounded version of you is trying to be released. It's trying to burn away. Allow it to burn away, and allow it to burn away very gracefully, because you're having a death and a rebirth at the same time. This new version of you, this new electric, fiery, explosive, whatever this is, it's explosive, it's electric, it's grounding. And it's getting closer and closer and closer to really grounding here on earth. And many of you, this is directly connected to your inner child as well. Like I said, for many of you before, you're very connected to your inner child energy, you know, that youthful spirit within you. So there's alchemy happening right now, a transmutation process. The new version of you is alchemizing. Allow this to happen. Allow the old version of you to burn away gracefully. You know, thank the old version of you for your time. Thank you for what you've done. Thank you for how you've gotten, you know, this new version of you to the place where you are now. But respectfully, thankfully, you can go now. You know, like that's really how it is. Like, thank you. You could float away now. You could burn off now. We got this. We're moving forward. And when you do that, there goes again that rebirth. The alchemical process, the new electric explosive version of you is alive and is so fiery, where it's like you're going to feel it. Some of you may even be feeling like that energy flowing through your body. The more you ground it, the more you're going to feel it. So grounding right now is very, very important. Spending some time in the sun if you can. Again, having those feet, the feet in the water, the feet on the ground, hands on the ground, because it's something with your hands and your feet. You know, hands are portals. It's a portal. Your hands are a portal and your feet are a portal. We have portals in our body, how we receive energy. So hands and feet are portals. So that's very important for grounding this energy. You may be grounding that energy through your hands and your feet. So taking care of your hands right now, making sure your hands are moisturized, making sure your feet are moisturized, clean and moisturized, manicures, pedicures if you're into that, you know, if not, soaking the feet in the bath water, you know, and massaging your feet, massaging your hands, really making those portals comfortable, because that's where you're going to be receiving this energy for your rebirth. Okay. So if no one told you they love you today, I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. I pray that these messages were healing and helpful to help you to receive that validation you deserve, and that confirmation to continue to move forward here on your journey, because you're doing an amazing job. Keep up the great work. Love yourself, heal yourself, honor yourself, cherish yourself. Keep going. You got this. I love you. I'll see you next time.